On the other side of things here, also from a business perspective, we welcome Hugh Acheson back to the show. I know, as we said last time he was on, from some of the cooking shows, and he's a restaurant owner and a chef, and has I guess a number of restaurants here in Georgia, right? And you're on today, Hugh, because you're also a Biden supporter, and that's a interesting business perspective to follow up on what Ginger is saying. So what is your take on this? Because when we talk to business people, many of them say, well, the president's policies, as you heard moments ago, are more quote unquote business friendly. How do you look at things?
Yeah, I think there have been many very successful Democrat business people in history. I think that as a business owner, I haven't really seen the effects of this economy on the massive upswing. I'm not a corporate CEO. I'm a small business person. And the ravages of the pandemic have really taken an economic toll. The restaurant business as a whole is in relative shambles. I've got places in Atlanta and Athens. We're strong in Athens. We're weak in Atlanta right now. I think that's just because people aren't in their offices predominantly. But, you know, the economy's been in great shape. I'll give it that overall. But we haven't seen a boon to our business because of it, or a lot of money in our pockets because of changes in legislation or tax structure in the last 4 years. That it wasn't really a hellhole of an economy during the Obama years. It was pretty strong.
Would you be concerned if not only Joe Biden were to win, but the Democrats take back control of the Senate, that you would have higher costs, that taxes would go up? But if so, are you okay with that? Is something else driving your vote?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, look, I want on my tombstone, I wanted to read, he was a really good person. And I think that comes way before money. And so if it's a matter of creating equity in this country, and I can take the hit, and we'll be fine. I know how to live on a little bit less, and I'm comfortable to do so. I've tried really hard in this world to do well. But doing well and being success is not just the money in my bank account. It's about who I am in my community and who I want to be as a father to my children.
I'll ask you the same final question, just to wrap it up here, that I asked of Ginger a moment ago, and I think you started to answer it. You said your businesses are split. The one in Atlanta is not doing as well. I mean, tell us how things are going real quick.
Midtown Atlanta's very office-oriented, so those offices are predominantly empty right now. The pandemic has really affected these things. No matter what the governor of Georgia does, most of the legal firms that are in my building are pretty much empty, and most of the offices upstairs in a place that usually has about 2,500 employees in it is pretty crickets right now. In Athens, we've got a big footprint, and we can do really safe service. And we've got a lot of clients who will only come to us to eat a good meal because they feel safe there. And we're doing it very smartly and very safely, and have a lot of protocols in place.
All right, good to have you on again, Hugh Acheson, there with that perspective, business, and a little politics.
Thank you,
as well.
Connor.
Jackie, back to you in New York.